Hi everyone, I am A. Nirisha, Assistant Professor in the Department of CSIT working in MLR Institutions of Technology. Today we are going to discuss about multi-D arrays and also the jump statements in C. So coming to the overview, we are going to learn about multi-dimensional arrays and also jump statements include break, continue and also the go to. So coming to the multi-dimensional array, an array of array is nothing but a multi-dimensional array. A multi-dimensional array can have two arrays, dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional and etc. and also the five dimensionals. So the general form of multi-dimensional arrays are type, that is a data type, and next one is the array name, S1, S2, S3 and so on. So that are nothing but S1, S2 are nothing but the dimensions. So how many dimensions you want to use, that you can mention in this. So next, for example, int is my data type, A is my array name, and here we are using some three subscripts, which means it is a three-dimensional array. So in the first subscript, it is mentioned about the number of matrix, and in the second subscripts, we are mentioning about in all the number of matrix we have three rows, and in the next subscript, that is a third subscript, we are mentioning about the columns in all the 10 matrices. So it is represented as an array of 10 arrays of 3 rows and 3 columns. So by declaring this array, we are telling to the compiler that we have the 10 matrix and the 10 matrix each of 3 rows and 2 columns. So this is the general format, that here we have some 10 matrices, and in 10 matrices we have some 3 rows, and in each row we have some 2 elements, that is 2 columns. So one of the example program for multi-dimensional array. So here we are taking 3-dimensional array, that is A is my array name, and for the first subscript 2 we have the value, we have 2, second subscript 2 we have, and the third subscript also 2 we have, which means we have 2 by 2 matrices of how many matrices? 2 matrices. So how many elements we can store in this? Total 8 number of elements we can store in this particular multi-dimensional array. And I, J, K. So the first for loop is used for first subscript, second is used for second subscript, and third is used for the third subscript. So the I is used to mention the index value of first matrices, and J is used to mention the index values of rows, and K is used to mention the index values of the columns inside the for loops. So here we are using 3-dimensional array, so that is the reason why we are using some 3 for loops. If you are using single dimensional, 1-dimensional array, we are using only one for loop, that is we are entering the elements in the row format. So multiple elements we are entering in the row format, so we are using only one single for loop. And coming to the 2-dimensional array, we are using the rows and columns. So the rows and columns index values, by using those index values we are accessing the 2D elements. And now here we are using 3 subscripts, so we are using some 3 for loops. One is for the matrices, second is for the row values, and third one is for the column values, index values. So here we are starting from I is equals to 0, J is equals to 0 and K is equals to 0. So I will tell about the number of matrices, and J will tell about the rows, and K will tell about the column index values. And so here we have I is equals to 0, J is equals to 0 initially, and K is equals to 0. So the first value will be stored in the address of A of I, J, K, which means in the 0, 0, index value, the first value, that is 1, the 1 will be printed, and next J, K value will get incremented, K will be equals to 1, so 0, 0, 1, the second value will be stored, and the next 0, 0, the K is equals to 2, the condition here will be false, 2 less than 2 condition will be false, because we are using only 2 rows. So now next we have J increment, J will be equals to 1. So I will be 0, J will be 1 and K will be 0, which means now we are using 0 indicates about the first matrix. The second 0 will indicates about the rows. And this is the first row of the first matrix, and the third index value will indicates about the column index. So here the third number will be stored in the first matrix, second row, first column. And next 0, 1, 1, which means 0th matrix, first row, first column, the fourth value will be stored. So these are the elements of the first matrix. So because we are using the the first index, the first subscript index as a 0, which means this 0 denotes the zeroth matrix, that is the first matrix. And next we have I is equals to 1. So 1 comma 0 comma 0, which means the first matrix 0th row 0th column, the element is 5. And next first matrix 0th row first column, the element is 6. And the first matrix first row 0th column, the element is 7. And the first matrix first row and first column, the element is 8. So these are the values of the second matrix, and these are the values of the first matrix in the 3-dimensional array. These are the elements of the second matrix in the 3-dimensional array. As we discussed, any index in the array, the index value starts from the 0. Either matrix index or rows index or column index, the index value starts from the 0. So these values are stored in its memory allocations. And then next, by using the same 3 for loops, we are printing the values that are present in its index values. So see here, I is equals to 0, I less than 2, because we are using only two matrices, and j is equals to 0, j less than 2. So 2 number of rows in each matrix, and k is equals to 0 and 0 less than 2, and 2 number of columns in each matrix, and we are printing that values here. So here A of first control string, the I value will be reflected here, and j value will be reflected here, and next k value will be reflected in the next format specifier. And the value that is present in this A of I, j, k index values, whatever we have, that will be reflected in the last control string place. So we are getting here A of initially the k, I value, j value, k value, which means the first matrix, first row, first column. So the index values are 0, 0, 0. So that value is equals to 1. We have already given here. And the next is 0, 0, 1. That value is 2. And next element is 0, 1, 0. So 0, 1, 0, the value is 3. Next element is 0, 1, 1, the value is 4. Next element, the value is 1, 0, 0. So if you have the first subscript as 1, so it indicates that it is the next matrix, second matrix. If you have the first subscript as 0, then it indicates that it is of the first matrix. So all these elements, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements are also displayed. So just we are reading and printing the elements that are present in the multi-dimensional array. And as in the same way, we can also perform some different operations on this multi-D arrays. And next is the jump statements. So here the jump statements are break, continue, and go to. So these jump statements do not require any conditions. So see, in C there are control statements that do not need any conditions to control the program execution flow. In the conditional statements, we have seen that if we have condition, if the condition is true, then only we are entering into that. If the condition is false, then we are going to check the next condition. So if that condition is also false, then we are going to check the else part. So the statements that we have given in the else part, that will get executed. But in this case, in this jump statements, we do not require any condition. So without conditionless, we are jumping from one statement to another statement by using this jump statements. So these statements are also known as unconditional control statements. So C language provides the following unconditional control statements that are break, continue, and go to. So these three above statements do not need any condition to control the program execution flow. So coming to the break statements, break is used in the following two things. Break statement is used to terminate the switch case statement, and also break is used to terminate the looping statements like while, do while, and for. To come out of the loop, we are using this break statement. And also in the switch case also we have used this break statement that we have seen in the switch statement lecture. So coming to the break statement, one example program. So this is a header file, and then next one main function. Here we are taking one I variable, and next I is equals to, in this for loop we have given I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to 10, and I a plus plus. For suppose if it met the condition, then the compiler encounters this break. So if the compiler encounters the break, we are coming out of this for loop. Even though the condition is false, we are coming out of this for loop. See here. So we are taking I is equals to 1 and 1 less than 10, condition is true. So 1 is equals to 4, the condition is false inside the if. So what the next statement we have after if, we are printing that I value. I value is 1, so the 1 get printed. And next I value will be equals to 2. So here also the condition fails. So the 2, we are printing the 2 values, so 2 will get printed. And next I will be equals to 3. So here also 3 equals to 4 condition is false. So we are not getting inside this if block. So we are going to check the next statement, that is printing the I value, that is 3. The 3 value will get printed. And next I value will be incremented, I will be equals to 4. So now check the condition of the if. 4 double equals to 4, the condition is true. So if the condition is true, then it enters into the if here, and here we have the break. So by using this break, what we are doing, we are coming out of that loop. So even though the condition is true, by using this break, we can come out of this loop. So this break statement we have seen in finding the prime number. A number is prime or not. So in that program we have already seen about this break statement. So break is nothing but we are coming out of the loop. And next is a continue. Continue is used to move the program execution control to the beginning of the looping statement. Simple. In simple words, we can tell that we can skip one iteration by using this continue statement. So when a continue statement is encountered in a looping statement, the execution control skips the rest of the statements in the looping block and directly jump to the beginning of the loop. So the continue statement can be used with the looping statements like while, do while, and also the for. So the same previous example, if we take, so here I is equals to 0 and here also the condition is true. So whenever the I will get 4, whenever we get the I value as 4, then at that time this continue statement will encounter, and whatever the next statements that we have in this for loop. So the statements for are till here. So what are the statements that we have in the for loop? That is nothing but print statement we have. So that print statement will not get executed whenever the condition is true. Whenever here this I becomes 4. So see here we can check the output. The I value will be 1, 2, 3 and the 4 number is missing because the printf statement will be missed whenever it encounters the continue statement. And next I value is 5. So 5 will get printed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So all the values will get printed. So one iteration we are skipping by using this continue statement. And the next is the go to statement. So the go to is used to jump from one line to another line in the program. The go to statement we can jump from top to bottom and also from the bottom to top. We can jump for reverse jump and also we can go to the forward jump. So the jump from one line to another line, the go to statements requires a label. So by using that label, we are jumping from one line to the another line. So label is a name given to the instruction or line in the program. When we use go to statement in the program, the execution control directly jump to the line with the specified label. Where the label we have specified, it jumps to that particular label. For suppose consider this example int age, and we have taken this G and S as a label name, and next we are asking to enter the printf, and by using this kind of statement we are reading it, and next we are asking if age greater than or equals to 18, then go to G. So it directly go to this G and it will print that you are eligible to vote. And if this condition is false, it will come to the else part and we are asking to go to S. So it will come to the else part and we are telling it is not eligible. By using printf, we are telling it is the person is not eligible based on his age. So if we take one more example, for example, I want to print some multiplication table using this to go to S. So at that time, I am taking the data type as int and n is my number which multiplication table you require, and I is equals to 1 because we are starting from 1 to 10, the multiplication numbers starting from 1 to 10. So by using this kind of statement, we are reading the n value and the label name that I have given it as a table. And by using this printf statement, I am writing the single line of that multiplication table, and next I plus plus, and here we are checking the condition. If I is less than 10, so I value is 1. So 1 is less than 10, yes, true. So if it is true, then what will happen? By using this go to statement, we are asking to go to the table. So the control will directly jump to the table. And then next, whatever the statements we have given here, like printf, so the n value will be reflected here, I value will be reflected here, and n into I value will be reflected here. So n, the value that we have read is 3, and I value we have taken it as 1. So 3 into 1 will be equals to 3. And next I plus plus. So I value is initially 1, so that will becomes to 2. And next again it will come and check the condition. So 2 less than 10. Yes, the condition is true. Again we are asking to go to table. So again it will go to the table. So because without using any for loops, we are finding the multiplication by using this go to statements, by using this jump statements. So until and unless the condition get false, this thing will move to that table again and again. So whenever the I will be equals to 10, so whenever the I will be equals to 11 less than or equals to 10, the condition will be false and we are coming out of this. So after this, if no statements are there to execute, so the program ends. So this is a multiplication table that we have got by using this go to statement. Thank you.